Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special GGvision episode here broadcasting LiquidRet versus mouse player ThorZaIN, winner of the Team Liquid Star League number 3, here as the red Terran in the lower right starting position of Typhon Peaks, red here on the opposite side in the lower left as the blue Zerg. This is of course from recently concluded MLG Columbus, and with me I got commentator superdude xHydrax. Are you excited, Hydra?
Yeah, I'm ready for this one. I actually haven't been following Red for a little while now. As we all know, we came back from Korea, now back home, trying to show up on the tournament scene once more, I'm assuming. And he's a tremendous macro Zerg player. Everyone loves the guy. Sometimes he gets over greedy and risks too much, but boy, when he pulls it out, he just gets with a tremendous force and usually crushes his opponents. The problem is that here he's facing against a guy that is at the moment on top of his game. mouzThorZaIN, winner of TSL 3, is probably the finest Terran player currently playing on Europe and one of the best in the whole world. He showed that on this MLG Columbus 2011 as well, and hopefully he's going to be putting up a nice show here facing Red.
Indeed he will. He is a very fierce player, and even though LiquidRet is feared and respected by all, you still have to consider him being the underdog in terms of statistics and favor.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's going for a quick hatchery first here on Typhon Peaks, which is of course a very large map, so Red feels he can get away with that. And if anything, he's known for being a greedy Zerg, wanting to overdrone, wanting to get an economy up so quickly, and that has often been his demise. Whereas ThorZaIN showed that he's just very skilled and very methodical and sort of destined to go to Korea in the way that he approaches the game. Now a spawn pool going down for Red, but we yet to see any extractors for that quick metabolic boost, so I doubt that he will go for any early aggression. What do you think, Hyder?
Yeah, he went hatchery first, meaning that he just wants the spawning pool to shoo away any kind of early aggression coming from ThorZaIN. Or if ThorZaIN just decides to leave an SCV there going back and forth, he can just kill it fast. And that's the only purpose. For now, Red is committed to his macro game, to his economy play, something that is a staple on his build. But he needs to be careful here. This is not going to be easy. And especially because ThorZaIN, I'm pretty sure, is going to prepare some kind of aggression, early push onto him, at least to make sure that Red is going to be forced to make some defending units, or else he's just going to drone like a madman, and soon enough ThorZaIN will be falling behind on the economy. So be at notice, pay attention, because I think that ThorZaIN might be preparing to make a push, or I might be completely wrong, because I do see that he's making a command center. Guess he's just committed to his macro game as well. I hope he realizes how fast Red can grow out of that 2-base play, or else he might be in trouble soon.
Indeed, he could be, but of course ThorZaIN is no stranger to what a strong economy can give you either, so it seems like he will be using the Terran defensive machinery and give himself a strong economy to compete with Red. He's clearly not afraid of this greedy Zerg playing for Team Liquid. He wants to compete with him on the very same level, and that means putting down an expansion very fast. And now Red is going ahead with the metabolic boost, and true to form, have built no more than 2 Zerglings, and is droning up like crazy. This is the Red we know and love, but now we see a bit of a push coming on indeed. 1 SCV and 4 Marines shooing away that Queen, and here we see the weakness in droning too hard. Seems like ThorZaIN is backing off for the moment, but Red only has 2 Zerglings and no spine crawlers. This could have been a very deadly push if ThorZaIN had committed, and he very still might. What do you think of this, Hydra?
Well, for now, the Queen is going to be able to hold this aggression a little bit, and as you know, Zerg is a reactionary race, meaning that we might be seeing just Red trying to react and get a couple more Zerglings out, but apparently it's not going to be required, because ThorZaIN is actually giving him a bit more time. He seems to be massing up a bigger army on the middle of the map to try a push soon enough, and I would like to make a comment as well on this map on Typhon Peaks, because it's not the easiest map for you to grab a third. The third is a bit far away, has a big ledge around it, meaning that you can abuse the ledge to start shooting down at mineral lines and such.
Marines in the middle though, and whomever gets a third first will definitely, as you say, Hydra, be in a very stable position, but they are very susceptible to many attacks. Spinecrawler going up here, but it will be able to get sniped on by these Marines, and ThorZaIN will try to counter Red's economy build with aggression, but as you say, getting a third on this map is hard, and many pro gamers do not like it, this map, in many ways. And do you think that it could be disadvantageous for Ret not being able to go for a heavy economy game because of those reasons?
Well, it will be risky to say the least. Basically because ThorZaIN, being a Terran, can place siege tanks there, can make drop play. There's plenty of ways for him to harass that third base, and it is a base that it's hard to defend, especially with only Zerglings, which is what Ret has at the moment. But I do see that now he's probably going to try to get a nice surround here on this Marines, try to chew them down, and at the same time on the back of his base, he's taking care of his air defense, he's getting a Spire.
Very nice indeed by our Liquid player Ret here, his Spire being a bit more than halfway done by now. Meanwhile we see ThorZaIN having gone for double factories and Hellion upgrade. He's got 4 of them out now, and Blue Flame not being far away. Seems like he will indeed be going for a mech strategy, which is favorable on this map, I'd say, because of the many ledges and crooks and alleys, so to speak, that occupy the entirety of this space. We see a Baneling nest going down for LiquidRet as well, and this brings to mind another game on this map from the MLG, namely Losira versus MMA, where we saw Banelings being used to great effect against a fortified Terran player. And now ThorZaIN doing a very nice wall in here, being able to somewhat secure his bird, and not to mention his main and natural, with a starport, a barracks and another barracks. Very beautiful by ThorZaIN.
Yeah, a nice decision here. He's going to make a sturdy wall, and he just needs to lift one of the buildings to let his units push. But notice the amount of map control that Ret has at the moment. He has the Xel'Naga Watchtower close to his opponent, and also has Zerglings spread all over ThorZaIN's bases, so meaning that he's going to be able to spot any movement
as well in his natural right now. Sorry for interrupting you there, Hydra, but
no, it's fine.
The map control you speak of is very much contested right now, but Mutalisks arrive in the nick of time, but they are too few. These Marines can actually combat them, but with the Queens backing them up, it seems like he will be able to thwart this attack. But as you say, Ret has definitely gotten himself, if not map control, then at least map vision all over the place. Having Overlords and Zerglings positioned very nicely, will be able to know exactly what ThorZaIN is doing, and that's why he managed to counteract that attack so well. But his fresh third up here could be quite susceptible to a Hellion attack.
Indeed, and with this amount of Hellions with Blue Flame roaming around trying to barbecue all the mineral line, this is going to be dangerous. Also, as you said, he doesn't have enough Mutalisks yet to counter the Marine play, or unless he wants to sacrifice a lot, and it seems like that might be the case. You really need to put those Hellions away from his bases, or else he's going to lose a lot on his mineral count and his worker count.
And another Hellion attack in the natural of Red, roasting I don't know how many drones. This is a massacre. This would definitely put you in Hague as a war criminal if this was actually real life. And these Hellions are paying for themselves so much. Number of workers killed, 14 for ThorZaIN, 1 measly scouting SUV killed by Ret. He is definitely not winning the economy game, Ret, and that's the kind of play he wants to be winning. And I must say, ThorZaIN showing why he is the TSL free winner.
Well, for now, we do see Ret having that third, so meaning that if he's going to be able to squeeze some drones to put on that mineral line, he will start booming and exploding on the economy. For now, as you can see, actually Ret is just a little bit ahead, though ThorZaIN has more workers, also a result of that massive barbecue that you mentioned, but seems like that Ret decided to go all the way up north to grab that third base. It's a bit far away, hard to defend, and maybe the Ret should consider heading his creep spread there, and doesn't seem like that to be the plan. He keeps heading with his creep tumors towards his opponent's base, so I'm wondering what is his plan, because for now his army it's basically mutiling, and we might be seeing some Baneling soon.
Indeed, Baneling speed now being halfway finished, and that starport almost going down. Ret countering aggression by aggression, and that is indeed what he needs to be doing. And coming back with the Mutalisks being very annoying, and ThorZaIN has yet to put up turrets to a sufficient amount, and I don't believe he's got any Thors on the... yeah, indeed, the first 4 is now arriving. Sorry about that. And it seems like Ret for the moment is clawing himself back into this game, though... And yes, indeed, 64 harvesters to 44
Yep.
SCVs. This is the Ret we know, and he has taken severe blows, but he is exchanging them right back. Banelings on the way, and this will be terrible, terrible damage coming up. This Thor, however, will be able to counteract those Mutalisks quite efficiently.
Yeah, but notice that Red has been making a lot of Mutalisks, and he already has 14. It's a lot. He can just make a magic box on top of that Thor, unless ThorZaIN keeps it defended with some Marines around them. Might be useful. And also, I was noticing that seems like that ThorZaIN is quite committed to his mech play. He already has the armory on the back, obviously to get some upgrades out, and also the Thors. But there's plenty of factories pumping out siege tanks, and he might just be preparing himself to make a very, very strong and menacing push.
Right in the middle. Sorry for interrupting you there, Hydra, but this is a glorious battle going down, and so many siege tanks falling. Yes, many Mutalisks fell as well, but he managed to basically take down the mech portion of that mech army, the Thors and many siege tanks going down. But what does Red have to answer for it? 34 Zerglings on the way, and I do believe I am a little bit ahead of you in the replay count, Hydra, but never mind. ThorZaIN is now laying siege onto Red's natural, and the Banelings are starting to flash, but 3 Banelings going down on one single Marine, and if ThorZaIN managed to resupply this count, he can be in a very good position to take this game. What do you think of Red's chances here, Hydra?
Well, Red now has to defend here. There's still plenty of forces from ThorZaIN advancing towards his bases, and doesn't seem he has much here. Though the Baneling speed will help smashing this Bioforce that is leading the charge by ThorZaIN, and the Zerglings on creep will be very, very efficient as well. And though I don't see... It doesn't seem like Red has much of an army to defend this at the moment, and he's trying to make a pincer attack coming from the back and sniping some of those mech units. Nice move there by Red.
Indeed, and here he has actually managed to take out that expeditionary force and is now laying siege onto the barracks starport wall. We'll be able to take down the barracks actually, and I must say that Red's aggression in this game and superior defensive abilities have put him in a very good position. Flyer attacks level 2 on the way, whereas but is now taking terrible damage onto his Mutalisk by those Marines. ThorZaIN, he lost that onslaught, managed to be pushed back all the way to his base, and Red is using that to take a 4th base up in the upper left corner. And I must say, being a Zerg player, I love to see how Red is handling this.
Yeah, this is basically Red going macro mode, engaged, and he's just completely beasting it out on the economy, basically saying that you can just kill as much as you want, I'm just going to replenish it as fast as possible. But I do see that ThorZaIN is not falling behind on the economy. At least he is getting another base, a 3rd base. He knows that he needs to keep expanding his economy, or else he gets to a point where Red will have just way too many bases, way too many ways of replenishing his army, and he won't be able to withstand the Zerg force that will be coming knocking on his door.
Indeed, and speaking of Zerg force, those are 23 Mutalisks with 1 attack upgrade and another one on the way. 19 Banelings and 52 Zerglings right now, and this wall is no longer there. This is Red going for a late game onslaught with no high tier units whatsoever. What to do with Infestus or Ultalisk when you can just mass Mutaling with Banelings on top. And this planetary fortress, however, will thwart any attack from that end, but these Mutalisks are very fearsome indeed, and Red is able to pin ThorZaIN back for now.
And he's making multiple pronged attacks, trying to poke and harass on several fronts, and just attacks on ThorZaIN's micro and macro, just trying to strain him and put him under stress to defend all of this aggression. So while he keeps macroing on the back, keep that in mind, meaning that he's slowly chewing away the forces from ThorZaIN, focusing the fire on the bases that are weakest and has less defenses, and at the same time he's making a tremendous army on the back. So get ready to see a Zerg tsunami pretty soon incoming.
Zerg tsunami indeed, that's an expression that I do hope will catch on. Doing multi-pronged attacks, as you say, being in the natural of ThorZaIN, whilst attacking the planetary fortress with Mutalisks, which is now going down. ThorZaIN did not erect enough turrets, and his Thor was killed there earlier. I must say that Red is now toying with the TSL3 winner, for now at the very least, being able to use his superior macro ability to the furthermost extent. This is the Red that we do want to see. We don't always get to do that, because the way to stop him is to stop him early, but ThorZaIN did not manage to do that. However, there's a drop in Red's main, and he has killed all the drones and will be taking down the hive as well, and Red needs to get back immediately. This is of course how you get back and it seems like ThorZaIN is far from out of this game.
Well, ThorZaIN basically is answering back and countering all the destruction that Ret has been throwing at his bases. This is going to be thwarted, this drop, but it was a very heavy and aggressive drop here. And, well, it hurt Ret, but as you can see, ThorZaIN just realized how far behind he was and decided to not invest more of his effort and focus on this matchup, commit himself to game 2 and hope to come back on this battle.
Indeed, that was a GG from ThorZaIN in this best-of-3 battle, and we will continue on to cast Game 2, so stay tuned for that. So GG for now, viewers.
See you guys.